In vivo.
In vivo.
Well,
what's up?
drop a bomb on them.
Oh, drop the bomb on him. Drop the bomb on him.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome to our new home on Sundays.
Woo.
All right.
Well, it's Akina and Britt.
On the spiritual tip,
Where we talk about
some
spiritual
shit. Yeah.
All right. So we have a guest today. Brittany, let's introduce who we have here.
Yes, we have the one, the only guru of relationships. Go ahead.
Keep it going. Just not the
Okay, we're
relationship.
going to keep it going. Okay.
I'm a guru on
That's all I got.
people.
So,
I know people, minds of understanding us.
That's right.
all right, well, I'm going to let you introduce yourself then.
Hello,
are
world.
you?
Hello, world. My name is Sills the Man,
Seals the man.
and I'm accompanied by good friends.
That's right.
That's right.
So the chemistry is here. It's not awkward. It feels great
Right?
to be here for the first episode in their brand new establishment.
Really with the voice.
It feels like magic in here.
Okay.
The energy is real, and I.
It is.
It's an honor to be here.
My shirt does say Black Girl Magic.
Okay.
See?
Because that's what we're giving today.
Britt, things link up, okay? But yes, my name is Sills the Man, and I like talking about understanding the mind of men, understanding the mind of good men, especially. I like talking about people, how we think, how we work,
Yep.
you know what I mean, how things connect, so it's only right.
So you want to drop your tags and all that? And
Oh,
your
yes,
handles?
I am Sills the Man on all platforms, SEALZ, THEMAN for those who can't spell, and yes, that's me, so
Little razzle dazzle.
hit me up, all right?
Okay, cool. All right, so
We're jumping in.
today's... Huh?
We're jumping in.
We are jumping in. Today's first time in the studio. All right. Bringing it for Black History Month. We're going to be talking about relationships.
Dun, 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 dun.
Relationships, but not just relationships. All things that encompass relationships, right?
Yeah.
So, first order of business, what are we talking about?
So our first topic we're talking about, let's get into our ghosting seminar. Let's get into the segment of ghosting.
All right, we're going to talk about ghosting.
All right.
Is ghosting acceptable? It's really quiet.
Like a ghost.
Like a
Okay.
ghost.
So who want to start?
All right. Is ghosting acceptable? Have you ever ghosted someone, and what was the reason? And have you ever been ghosted? What was the reason? What was the reason?
Maybe we should go left or right or right to left.
I think I want Keen to go first.
Okay. Do you want me to read? The dictionary definition of ghosting before we start?
Go ahead.
All right,
take that one,
guys.
sis.
So ghosting. It's when a person cuts off all communication with their friends or the person they're dating with zero warning or notice beforehand. You'll mostly see them avoiding friends' calls, social media, and avoiding them also in public. And that is the Urban Dictionary definition of ghosting. So we're going to jump in. So you want to know, is ghosting acceptable?
I want to know, is ghosting acceptable to you guys? Do you think it's acceptable? Right? Under what certain situations is it acceptable, if you think it is? Have you ghosted someone before? And have you been ghosted? This is like a
Yeah, and I really like that because I feel like we could really, there's different levels to it. You can expound on it. You want me to take it away?
Go ahead.
So I do feel like ghosting is wrong depending on how long you've been talking to the person. Okay? So if you guys have been dating for like 2-3 months, okay?
Don't
you guys
look at
been
me
dating
like
for
that.
2-3 months.
He's like, I agree.
And you guys have been going on dates. You guys go to each other's house. You've been in their car. They've been in your car. Things are going good, and you haven't really got a sign
He's
of...
been in your car. She's been in your car.
Yeah, all that. I know how you smell.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, you don't get no signal of what's going, what's different, and all of a sudden they just ghost you. That's wrong. I feel like that's wrong. But if it's like I've only been talking to you for a week, or you've been talking to that person for a week, that's not ghosting. Listen, you win some or you lose some. And that's just what it is.
I think ghosting's acceptable.
Ooh.
I sure do. Under certain situations and circumstances. So if dating is a free trial.
It is.
I will keep saying that. Dating is a free trial period.
30 days.
Okay. If at the end of this trial I choose not to engage with you anymore, I'm going to pull back my energy and you're not going to charge my account. So I think that's okay. But like you said, I feel like if we're investing into a situation, then yeah, I think that's messed up.
Yeah.
I think that's...
It is. Cold world.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go.
Understanding the
man's
mind of a good
perspective.
man. Go
You
ahead.
know when Lil Wayne makes that little flicker before he raps the song? Mine's is my...
All right, what?
That's me.
Is
Sills the
ghosting
man
not
is about to
acceptable?
go. All right, so as you see, people of the world, the beauty of this dynamic between Britt and Akina is
Yes.
amazing. As you see the differences, that's what's going to make this podcast
I know.
amazing. So let me bring in my 2 cents.
Okay.
Here
All
we
right.
go.
Bring it in.
I'm not even gonna go crazy, but all right. So in my opinion, I'm big on communication
Right.
in all aspects of life and whatever stage and relationship you're in, whatever. It doesn't matter, friendship. I'm going to talk it out. So I like what you said. It depends on how long you were talking,
Yeah.
how deep you're in with each other. I also believe, like you said, if we're barely talking with each other, then I don't consider that ghosting. Like, I just feel like we were talking, trying to get to know each other, and it just didn't work
Right.
out. Your puzzle piece didn't fit my puzzle piece.
Some people
agree.
do.
So, but yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it's tricky. But going back to your point, it's very important that if you connect with someone who knows your personal and intimate details, like your address, like where you live, where you work, you need to be careful when you start ghosting those type of people because they can hurt you.
It's
They
true.
know things about you that they shouldn't know. And if you guys weren't talking that long, and that's why I'm a big on if I take you to where I live,
That means I
then that
trust
means
you.
That's
I
why I trust
really
you, yeah.
yes, I trust you. I will never take a date to my house.
Well,
No.
then that's why you wouldn't ghost that person,
But
right?
but what if they ghosted you?
That's what I'm
oh,
saying.
if they ghosted you.
Right.
Okay.
So
I see
now
how
it's
you
Because
got
I've been
that.
in that situation
Yeah.
where Britt knows I'm very funny about opening my house to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
As you should
my
be.
house is a portal.
Yeah.
So I bring you to my house to see if my house even likes your energy around
Right,
me.
right. It's true.
So when you come and you don't last,
Right.
if I get to that point where I trust you and you come to my house and you don't last, spirit, the 5D or spirit must have saw something that I couldn't see.
Right.
And you probably felt it when you walked in my house, and that's why you ghosted me.
Right.
Because you knew I have no plan for this woman.
Oh yeah.
And piggybacking
yeah.
off of that,
Yeah.
not just your physical house, but your bodily house.
My body,
Absolutely.
yes.
If my
that's-
body doesn't feel like this is the
Right,
right
that's
thing,
safe.
Right.
I'm automatically ghosting you, and that's why I feel like I have enough, for
But
me
also-
personally,
but not-
discernment to know if I'm going to bring you around.
Right.
Yep.
But I'm taking it a little deeper than that though. When you let a man inside your bodily home,
Right.
sex,
But
then when because a lot of people, let's be real, the reality is a lot of people have first night dates and
Yes,
and
they do.
first. So you got to be careful if you let someone in your body
Right.
yeah,
and then ghost or get ghosted.
Right.
Because that's when things
Yeah.
get really
Weird.
yeah.
And I don't want to say weird. I think you really see.
messy.
I think it's
Messy,
messy, but
toxic,
then I
all
have
that.
another end to that. You could have sex with a man on the first night. If he really fuck with you, he really F with you. If he really likes you, then he really likes you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel like there's different parameters. There's not one thing. It depends on that person. Because you can date somebody and you guys have your first night and you guys hit it off.
That's
and you
what I'm
guys
saying.
still continue to hit it off. And then you
Right.
have people you have your first night with and it just doesn't.
But that's why there's
I
no
think-
right. That's why there's no right answer.
There really isn't.
I think
Yeah.
from where my point of view comes from, I'm talking about when you are getting to know somebody. I'm not talking about investing into somebody and actually dating them. I mean, the talking stage.
Yeah.
So if we're in a weekend and I'm just talking to you and I don't feel like the vibe is going anywhere, I don't feel like I have an obligation to tell you that because I don't owe
Right.
you anything. I can peace out when I want to.
Right. And I agree with you. I just don't
Yeah.
think that's called ghosting.
Yeah, because
Well-
you're saying from a male perspective, they don't even count it.
Some people do think that's ghosting.
Or how about another thing? Like I have girlfriends. I've had people who were like, "Oh, we were dating. That's my ex," and I'm like, "But y'all were just having sex. That doesn't mean
And,
that's
Okay.
and that's another thing. Like with the definition of ghosting, some people don't know what the definition of dating is.
yes."
Like just because you're talking to
Or
someone,
people have different ideas
Deal
of what
exactly.
dating is.
Yes.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
but that's why communication is so important. Y'all need
Yeah.
to get together. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What is this? And so I can not be confused with your lingo. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
So the real question is, have you ever been ghosted? So Brady, you start off. I want you to go last because I really want to hear.
I want to know.
I want to know
you
because he was so bold. Like,
she was so adamant that I never been ghosted. It's
hey, y'all
like,
told my
what?
answer. Y'all told my answer.
Oh, yeah, we did tell his
that.
answer. We told his answer already.
I mean, but we still want to hear it.
We
though.
still want to know why you felt that way. So I will go first. I have absolutely been ghosted. Lord,
Have you been the ghoster too? So,
I have been the ghosted. I've been the ghosted
come on,
more
we
than
know
I've been
Brit.
ghosted. Shut up.
Come on. Like, look at me.
boom, 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 boom.
What I've been.
Oh, you here? I'm sorry.
Yes, I've ghosted people. Yes, I have. But I haven't been ghosting all my life, but recently I have been. In the dating
Yeah.
world as a single woman,
Woo! Amen to that.
I've been ghosted more times than I'd like to admit.
And it's because you're the package, and
You
they
know
be
what
getting
I'm
it
saying?
messed up.
But I've definitely also ghosted people.
Okay.
More times than I can count. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Yeah, I have been.
You have been ghosted, and
have been.
you've been the ghoster and the ghostee.
But the thing is, I don't understand. It don't add up, y'all, why I was ghosted. Because I don't want to talk and operate from my ego, but I was more mad that I let him ghost me than he actually ghosted me.
Well, then call me ego, because I got a big ego.
I was like, 2 + 2 carried a 4. That don't add up.
Because you don't even add up to what I am.
That don't add up.
All right, so let me put in my man's perspective.
Oh, okay.
Lord.
Is there anything you think you've done that would have led you to getting ghosted by this guy? Because I'll be
You go
honest too.
first, because I know.
I am.
Because I'll be
gonna
honest
go
too. A lot of
first.
women don't take accountability for their.
Absolutely.
And
I
they'll
agree
say,
with
and
you.
they'll say,
No,
I'm
no,
the.
no, I agree.
They'll say I'm the bag, and but I'm like, look, let's be real.
I'm ready.
Because
when it
there's
gets to
two
me.
sides to
Now-
every story. You know what I'm saying?
When it gets to
No.
me, I am ready.
No, he is right. He is absolutely right for some women. That woman's not me though, because in this particular
Javi
situation,
said, damn, Britt, why?
why Javi? I'm sorry, Javi.
That comment was funny.
I have Javi. Love you, boo. So the reason I think that I was ghosted, and this is gonna go into something a little later in our segment, I think he wasn't ready, or he was intimidated.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's a whole nother dynamic.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
We are going to talk about that.
That's real.
And I do not think that I did anything that was wrong.
Well, I'm ready for this because
You know?
Okay.
going on top of what Brittany said, I've been the ghostee, right? So I've ghosted people. But it's kind of like how you say it. Like, I wasn't dating them that long, and I probably went out with them, but I just felt like the vibe wasn't there. And, like, there's no point in me, like, stringing you along. So it's just, like, it just dies a natural death.
It just fizzles out.
It just fizzles out. Have I been ghosted? In my single time, wow, my ego, I was like, me?
Ego death, right?
Ghosted.
Right.
I am the package. When you deliver me, I'm everything you need. So how in the hell?
You don't got to return it.
Drop
I
a
don't
bomb
know.
for that. How in the heck? You ghost me. So I hope they all watching this. It's not a lie. It's a couple. I hope they watching this.
I hope you are watching.
And they see
You know what
me
you
now.
did. You
'Cause
know what you did. And now you mad.
Tag them.
It's gonna be in the comments.
It's going to be in the comments like, nah.
Y'all know who it is.
I feel like I definitely got ghosted, Brittany. Expounding on what she said, I definitely got ghosted because I think I intimidated a lot of men. I think that, like I was saying, I feel like men desire me, but they often don't have a plan for me. So they see this and they're like, oh, she's good looking. Then I think they think they're gonna meet me, and when I actually let them into my lair, I think they're like, wow, her bed is not on the floor. Like, she
has a bed frame.
She has gas. She has her car. Her rent is like, her house is nice.
Right.
She's not like, it's just, she's not an Instagram personality.
Right. She is who she
How
says
am I gonna
she
keep up
is.
with this?
Yeah.
I got nothing. So that leads to ghosting, because they know with you, you're gonna have to go upper level. You're gonna have to go upper
There's
level.
more depth.
Exactly. And a lot of men, no disrespect, I think that in this day and age, they lack depth.
Absolutely. So to answer your question, do I think that I did anything wrong? No, I did not.
No.
And I can honestly say no.
No times 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been ghosted?
I've never been ghosted.
Are you sure?
You know why?
Show me your ways.
You know why I've never been
Are
ghosted,
you
man?
sure?
You
Why?
know, some people just got a magic about them.
Oh my God.
You know,
He's
some
talking
people
about
just
the
have
magical?
I don't know what he's talking
some people
about.
just have a specific fire about their spirit that just burns other people's souls, you know, and you know, and it's been like that for me for a while, you know, and I gotta be real with y'all. My uncles put me on game at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I never knew my father,
Mm-hmm.
so my uncles stepped in, all 3 of them. Love y'all, OGs.
Right.
And my grandfather was the head of it, you
Shout out to
know,
the
the committee.
OGs.
And they put me on game like at an early age. They told me things to not do and things to do, you know, and. And I
But
was
does
also,
that really protect you from being ghosted?
No, but let me. I'm just trying to.
That was a good question, Britt. You know, gotta
You know what
insert
I'm
that,
saying?
Denzel, because
I'm just saying, you got to let it build up. Know what I'm saying?
it's still going. Okay.
Yeah, scaffolding. So, also being raised in church, I was raised in a Christian family, so I understand spirituality. I understand reading energies and reading people. Also, putting that all together, when I meet people who lack in those things, who lack in knowing what a good man is or lack in what spirituality is, they want more of that. So Like y'all said, y'all the whole package. I'm also the whole package as well.
That's very true. Men could be the package too.
Yes.
And we could fumble the bag.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Also,
I know
there is a little
firsthand.
different.
Yeah.
There's also a different dynamic when it comes to men and women. My experiences with women, they never ghost me because they wanted to see what else they can get from me, what else they can learn from me. There was no want to ghost me because they never.
Oh,
They
I
never-
didn't even see it that way.
Yeah.
So you've been dating opportunists.
Yeah.
Well, not all of
Or
them.
energy
Not all of them,
takers.
but-
Because
Energy takers.
at the end of the day, we're all opportunists in some way.
I
Like
mean
we
that.
want exposure to opportunities,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and some of them are bad, and some of them are good.
But at what expense?
Yeah,
And-
right.
Some
and
of their
that's- and
souls,
that's-
'cause you sell
and
your
that's-
soul after a while.
Right, and that's what you come across sometimes. You come across leechers, but then you come across people that really want to build with you,
Yeah.
and they want
they
to
wanna
create
learn.
with you.
Yeah.
So coming across both of those types, I've never came across a woman who just said like, I got intimidated or
Or they just MIA.
or just
Because you were everything, not to be arrogant.
And not
you
to
were
be
everything
arrogant.
they probably needed.
But I was
Right.
something that they would like in their life as an addition.
Oh,
So,
I could definitely see that. Okay.
and that's how I try to live life. I always try to come to the table with something. And if I feel like I can't afford to come to that table, then I won't come until I'm ready.
Got you.
So
Okay.
that's why I said I never got ghosted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you ghosted anybody though?
So then it goes back to the talking thing. How long y'all been talking? There's been times where I dated, especially now where it's so impersonal. You meet people online and
Yeah,
and
it's
then you
different.
finally meet
so
them. You're
forced.
like, whoa. I've been catfished before. Like it's scary out there in the streets. So
the dating pool has piss in it.
yeah, people talk good. People talk good online, and then you meet them in person. You're like,
Who are you? Yes.
so
Yo,
if you consider
yes.
it, I don't consider that ghosting. I consider that protection. You know what I mean? Self-protection.
Yeah.
So if I feel like, all right, you're not the person I met online, then it's just
Right.
It's
it's not. I don't consider it ghosting.
It's over for that.
So and I've never ghosted a woman I've been in a relationship with or serious with. Never.
well, thank you for that because that
Yeah.
is very disrespectful. I think
It is.
I'm not even talking just as a good woman because I wasn't. I feel like for me, I'm gonna talk for myself. I don't feel like I was always a good woman, but when I became a good woman, I feel like that's where I saw people's true colors as men.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was more on my city girl type of mindset, men bowed down to me more. But once I saw myself and I said, this is what I need, this is what I'm not going to take, what I am going to take, I noticed that men would try to play on that. And it's like,
Yeah.
don't take my kindness for weakness. I'm a good person.
Do you think
The
that could
table
have played
shook when
in
she said
karma?
that.
It was definitely karma. Because you have to be careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. You have to be careful what you wish for because you don't know everything. And just because you are desired doesn't mean people know what to do with the package or
Right.
the bag.
Many desire you.
Just
Don't
like
have a plan.
when I told you, Three Guys and a Girls, their podcast, or Poopin' Chronicles, their podcast, when she said, often men desire me, and I felt that to my soul. Often men desire me, but I realized they never had a plan for me. And I was like, that's it.
That's a word, sis.
Yes.
Who said that?
It was AJ from the Poopin'
AJ,
Chronicles.
that's a word, sis. I'm just,
Yeah.
felt that in my soul.
That
Three
reminds
Guys
me
and
of
a
that Tyson
Girl.
quote too. That Tyson quote where he's like, everybody want to fight until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Like it's a totally different plan now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
We got more, guys. That was
Gosh,
good.
that was thank you, Denzel.
Thank you
that
for
That was a
dope.
different perspective.
That was definitely dope.
All right, so what I want to talk about next is self-love.
I love self-love.
How much do you think that it affects your relationships? And you guys, this is relationships. It doesn't just have to be romantic relationships.
does not.
Just general relationships in
general.
In general. How much do you think it affects your relationships?
Who want to start?
You want to go?
Hey, self-love is the foundation to any relationship in your
Period.
life. If you don't have self-love, then you'll fail in every other type of love. I always emphasize that people love themselves first before they get into relationships with others looking for love. If you love yourself, then you'll know what love is. And to
Yeah.
each person, love is different. So
Ooh, that's for
you
sure.
can't rely on someone else's opinion on what love is. And that's why people can listen to us.
And there's yin and yang.
And yeah,
And form their own
listen.
opinion.
People can listen to what we think love is, but at the end of the day, you got to self-evaluate yourself and look into your spirit. Like, you know
Definitely.
what makes me happy?
Right.
Because what makes me happy
true.
doesn't make you happy.
Absolutely.
So
You're right.
I just feel like the number one goal is to love yourself, and then love will come to you.
Yeah.
If you don't love yourself, then fake love will come to you.
And how do you know your boundaries? How do you know what you're going to put up with or you're not going to put
Yeah,
up with?
mask love. Like And then you always wonder, like, why am I always in these toxic situations?
Or codependent issues.
Yeah, why am I dependent on this guy? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? So you have to love yourself first, and that's the basis.
All right.
I really love like this part because self-love, I feel like, is something that I thought I always knew I had. But then when I had to go back to like the drawing board and really break myself down, I realized that there was these little parts of my, like compartments of myself that I didn't tend to.
Right.
So I don't want to sound like Dr. Phil or like Ayanwa, but I feel like you said it's a foundation to what you're going to put up with and what you're not going to put up in a relationship. And I feel like when you know yourself and you romanticize yourself, then you know how to pour into your cup, and then you know how to pour into somebody else's cup, right? Now, granted, you meet people and they might love better than you. Because I always talk about my experience. I don't feel like I was always a healthy lover. And I feel like certain people come into your life to teach you how to love. The people I date, the person I date, my friends, I feel like they all teach me how to love.
Yeah.
And once I honed in on my self-love, that's where I think when I went back to the dating world, it was like, well, sorry, if you don't like my boundaries or what, my negotiables or non-negotiables, then that's on you. But self-love is imperative to yourself before dating.
Absolutely. I agree. I'm going to piggyback off that because I really feel like self-love is imperative for any type of relationship that you have because it allows you to show up as yourself and give that person the option, hey, this is me. Are you going to accept it or not? Because if you're not going to accept it, I'm good with that. I can walk away and be okay with that. But I feel like it is the foundation of every relationship that you have because if you don't have self-love, you're going to have people walking all over you. Period. All the time.
Or you're going to be looking for love from everywhere else. Like,
absolutely.
It's not...
You're going to be chasing something that's not
sustainable.
You learn to give people grace because think about your journey through your self-love, right? So all your shortcomings, you love yourself through your shortcomings, you love yourself through your triumphs. That's the same thing when you love somebody. It's not always going to be perfect, but when you love yourself, you teach yourself how to be vulnerable, you teach yourself compassion, you teach yourself grace. And if you can do that for yourself, then you can transmute that to whoever else is in your life that is close to you if they're doing right by you. I'm not talking about people who try to use you and then want to pull on your boundaries. Anybody who has a problem with your boundaries and is supposed to be your friend, you can say bye to them.
You can say bye to them, yeah.
And that's just that.
I also want to talk to like men too.
Yeah, please do.
Like we were, as men, you're raised to want to oppress women and get as much money so you can buy expensive things and look good and stuff. But I also want to tell men that you need to love yourself, and then you'll be able to know what type of woman is good for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna be chasing tail, and you'll never find love because you're chasing it in the wrong places. So. And you won't know what the definition of love is. You'll think love is just, feeling good. So you're just doing things out there to feel good, but then at the end of the day, you're lonely. So definitely love yourself, man, and everything else will fall in place.
Shout out to that.
Right.
Definitely.
I love you, but I love me more.
Yeah, exactly.
I always say that. I love you, but I love me more. That's it.
And I'm okay with losing you and not parts of myself.
But that's love.
Yeah.
Because if you love yourself and you know something's not against you, you're going to let it go.
Well, that kind of leads to when we get later into our conversation about the negotiables and non-negotiables. Right. Because for me, you like, I don't want to give up a part of myself to be with you.
No, and you shouldn't.
I shouldn't have to. That's a red flag for me.
Right.
Even people laugh at me when I say this, even down to food. I'm a cultured person. So if you talk about I don't eat sour cream and beans, that ain't going to work for me. Because I'm ethnic. I like ethnic food.
You don't like sour cream and beans? Okay.
See, it can never work, and that's okay. It's not for everybody.
But that's why we friends.
Right.
You feel me?
That's why we not dating.
Right. Because I'm like, that ain't going to work.
Because you ain't going to have the apartment smell like vinegar. Like, that's not what we going to do.
Actually, it smells like sazon and adobo.
See? Now, see.
Bueno, pues.
It's like, I don't even know what that means.
That's salt, right?
Drop a bomb for that.
That's salt.
Yeah. Sazon. Sazon. Yeah.
Y'all stupid.
Oh, my God.
Arroz con pollo.
All right, that was good. That hit the soul, y'all. That was good points. Now, the next one, I can't wait for this, y'all. This one, dating horror stories.
I know what Brittany about to do for this one.
I know what I'm about to do, and I hope you're watching too, because I'm talking about you.
Yo, tag him.
Tagging him, bagging.
Peanut. All right. So I'm not gonna go first. My phone died.
Girl,
but it's fine.
a mess every time.
Listen, we're gonna talk about dating horror stories. I don't know who's gonna go first. It's not gonna be me.
They want to laugh. They want a punk segment.
Do you have a dating horror story?
Do you have a dating horror
thinking
story?
like.
You know I do, Britt. You know
I've had some bad times, but I don't know about horror.
Really? Well, you ever felt like, am I being bamboozled right now?
It doesn't have to be horror, but like you said, you've been catfished, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Wow.
That catfish was probably my worst.
Okay, tell us about that. I want to hear about that.
You look like you're so
Where's that
upset
show
right now.
when you need it?
Yeah, it was disturbing.
I'm not gonna plug them because they're not sponsoring us.
It was-
But where's that show?
Yeah, it was disturbing, man. So I was talking. This was like around when
Oh Lord.
where like online dating just like started to pop off.
Yeah.
Probably like 20 or something, like, or whatever I was, young, early 20s, and I was I was talking to this person.
Oh, person.
This woman, for a while, months, and we were talking, and I was like, all right, man, 2 months in, like let's meet up. Like, I felt like
Okay.
the vibe was great. I was like, yo, let's meet up, man. And, like, she was like,
Oh, 2 months.
yeah, 2 months, man. That's a long time talking, you know.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
That's a long time, yo. So then, when I said that, she said, "Hey, I just want to be honest with you real quick," and my heart dropped.
Oh Lord,
And I was like, "What's up?"
the teeth came out.
She's like, "Yeah, man." She's like, "Those pictures you see are not me."
What?
And I just, so I was like,
Yo, wait.
I was like,
That's a,
Wait. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, so
That was perfect.
I literally typed so ... and then I took like 2 hours to respond again. So I was like,
This is
Did she send you the real
crazy. Cold
pictures?
world.
no. So all right. So she told me, like, this still hurts my heart, but so I really like this girl. But then so then I was like, all right, so why would you do that to me? Why would you lie to me? Why would you? And she was like, I really needed someone to talk to, and you were so great at talking. Going back to why I never got ghosted, because people see something in me and they want it. So
Don't be so suckers, guys. Don't be so
No,
suckers.
that's
and I was
messed up.
and I was like, yo. So I was like, you use me? And she's like, yeah, I really needed you in the time. Like, you saved me from committing suicide.
Oh.
So then it became more complex because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just saved this woman's life, but she played me.
Did you feel like you were obligated to keep talking to her?
No.
though? Okay.
But so then she finally did send her pictures, and she looked nothing like. She was a totally different. Like, she was everything different.
Did you have her teeth
Did
at
you-
least?
Huh?
Her teeth.
Yeah.
No, she had teeth, but
Was she your type?
no.
You don't see these Instagram videos where they're like, they look like they're like 70 and then they do their makeup and they're like.
But she was older too. She was older too.
Jesus,
And it was just
Maria.
crazy, yo. I just felt played, and I was just like, you know what? And I sucked it in, and I just said, yo, I'm happy I was there to help you in your times of darkness, but
Right.
this can no longer go. And I was like, I'm going to delete you,
Yeah.
and I hope you have a good life. And that was it.
I hope she's okay. I
hope she's
Shout
okay.
out to that girl.
I hope she is too, but like, you
I hope
can't.
she still got her teeth.
You can't use someone's like. You can't use
about
someone
this
as
man?
you can't use someone as an expense to saving your life like that. That's crazy, bro.
How
Like,
about who this woman?
so yeah, that was my horror story.
Oh my God. Well, Brittany, you going next or you want to be last?
I want to laugh first. Hold on. So you
Nah,
go
nah,
first.
Brittany gotta go last because we gotta tag her. We gotta tag the dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get the dude
All right.
tag.
So boom.
Shut up.
Y'all know I'm here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it the hood way. I'm gonna let y'all know about the story. So what happened was, boom. I was talking to this guy for a little while on was it Hinge? It was one of these stupid dating sites. No. If you guys like dating sites, good for you. Kudos. But I was on a dating site, and we were talking. We it was a good conversation. What I liked about the person was that he got right to action. One thing about me, I'm an Aries, I'm fire. If you like me, I need to see and I'm a Leo moon. So if you like me, I need to see the red carpets. Show me how much you like me. So he had planned everything, guys. 5-star restaurant. We go to a nice little 5-star restaurant. We all dress nice. We get to the door. He has a hat on. I'm totally so silly and ignorant. This is my fault too. I'm naive. We get to the door. We get in. It's a 5-star restaurant, guys. He has a fitted on. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. The guy comes up to him and says something in his ear, and I'm dumb. The guy's from like LI, so if you're watching, you know I'm talking about you. And he is like, I'm like, do you know that man? Because he just randomly spoke to him. So I'm like, oh, do you know the man? He's like, oh, something like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then another man comes over and is like, my man, you gotta take your hat off. You
Oh, God. I
guys,
see where
he
this
took
going.
his hat off,
Neo.
pulled up to the scene with the ceiling missing.
Oh man.
Yeah, for real. Pulled up to the scene with the ceiling missing, and I literally looked around. It was a beautiful restaurant. I looked around. I said, "Am I being punked right now? I'm being punked. Like I literally have to be in a movie right now. Somebody's doing a skit." And then He's like, you want a drink? Of course I need a drink, honey. I need a drink now. Because what's going on? And I have a straight face, guys, but I think he could tell. Like, my face, you could tell if something's wrong. So we go and sit down, they seat us, and we go outside. He threw the hat right back on.
How much was the ceiling missing?
The ceiling was missing to the nape of the neck.
Oh, wow.
So you got to let it go, baby. Baby, what you holding on to?
Wow.
It was beautiful little coolie curls in the back. Let them curls go, baby.
in the
Nah, but
back.
what kind of fit it was it though? Because it was a fire.
It was.
It don't matter
it was
what
like a
kind
New
of
York
hat he
brand.
wearing.
It was a New York.
Yo, what team
It was
was
a New York brim like
What
hat.
team was it, though?
But
It
I'm so
matters.
silly because I'm over here like it's a 5-star restaurant. Like, no, I love my New York people, but I should have known because I'm like Li, you from Li? Why are you wearing fit in a 5-star restaurant that's on the water? Like
Long
you're
Island for people who
bugging.
Oh, he was in there
know.
looking like the 2000 videos, the music videos.
Yeah,
where they used to wear
but he was
fitteds with
West
suits?
Indian. He was Jamaican,
Oh,
you know. And I'm over
that's
here like,
smart.
you gotta let them curls
Yeah,
go,
that's-
baby.
yeah, that's crazy.
So then we get to the table. He's like, you know, I'm cool. You know, like I'm confident with myself. How you feel
So then
about
why
that?
you bringing that up?
And then I'm like, first of all, Brittany, he dropped the bomb. 'Cause I'm like, oh, so we gonna talk about it? But he
Right.
really want to see my face now because I can't lie. And I simply look at him. I said, why don't you just cut it, baby? Just cut it, baby. And I said, I really think it's unfair on your part to bring women out like this when you know how you look
Oh my
under
God.
the hat.
So you got hatfish.
I got
Hatfish.
So that brings me to that. I got hatfish, you guys.
Yeah.
Be careful out there. Look,
Denzel, you got a hat
tell
on right
them to
now.
take the do-rag off before you go out.
Okay, all right.
Right.
He got hair.
Tell them
Okay.
tell them to take the
Take his
do-rag
hat
off. Take the
okay.
fitted off. Take the scully off.
Yeah, I look good.
See that hair. Make sure the
Yeah,
curls
yeah.
is just not curls it was literally curls at the nape of the neck, y'all.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, how dare he do this to me? And I was looking like money, y'all. Like, it was really bad.
He probably tended to him at night too. He probably was in the mirror like curling.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, I'm trying to visualize this. He had
Y'all.
hair on the neck, but not on his head.
Y'all, sis.
that's wild, yo.
Say you got to fit it on, and you know how you could do a ponytail and put it to the back?
Yeah.
He had enough hair just to fool you and put it to the back.
So it's bald up here and then a ponytail?
Baby girl, let it go.
Man, that's it.
He took that hat off. I said, I'm
Oh,
being.
no.
And then I spoke to one of my girlfriends. They're like, you got hatfished.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a thing?
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know that's the first time I ever heard of hat fishing.
Really?
Yeah, when
Akina story.
I
That's a
told
real
Brittany,
thing,
I told
yeah.
Brittany.
And then when I went on
Yes.
them dating sites, I was like, wow, they all hat fishing everybody.
Yes.
And then they
Real
take
thing.
off their hat and they look completely
It
different
is
Yeah,
a
man.
thing, y'all. You can be
Yes.
hatfished out here in these streets.
in these streets.
Nowadays, there's a new thing called beardfish.
What?
It's fake beards.
Yeah,
you never
man.
Stop
seen
it.
it?
So if I rip the go like, ah, does it come off?
Yo, a man look totally different without a beard, bro.
Don't do that. Don't
It's
do that to
crazy.
that man.
It's crazy, yo.
I'm gonna get
Just pull on it a little
I'm gonna get a
bit when you,
little 80%
like-
isopropyl alcohol and just
Yeah,
wipe it.
yeah.
No, like when you get a little close, just
Yeah,
tug on it a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
Just grab his face mad hard, like, you know, but
You know what?
intimately.
I need a
you know?
fan. They get me tight.
Stupid.
And look in your nails. If it's black, that means,
Oh my God.
yeah, man, it's cheat codes out here, yo.
Yeah, I got hatfished, y'all. It was really disrespectful.
All right, so I got catfish. You
I got
hatfish.
That's when you said catfish. I thought it was funny. Baby girl, what's up?
Wow, you got fatfished?
I did.
You got fat fish?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wait, but not in the way that you think, you guys.
Hashtag.
Not in the way that you think.
Hashtag.
He wasn't fat, but his attitude was. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna
that's
explain.
deep.
That,
That's deep. That's profound.
I'm gonna tell you from the beginning to the end, y'all.
That's spiritual.
the spiritual tips.
oh my God.
Y'all, he pulled up to my house.
Nah, did somebody said wig fist, y'all? Sorry. Keep
That's a real
going.
thing, too. That's a real thing, too. Oh, I got stories about that, yo.
All right.
Yo,
so,
can we talk about? All right.
Wait,
Never
we're
mind.
gonna circle
Yeah.
back
Can
to
you talk
that.
about your
we gonna talk
story?
about that.
Because
Because weave stink.
I'm a
sorry.
lover girl. I'm a lover girl.
Right.
But when somebody does something extra, and I have a problem with it, you know there's a problem with it. Like it's
Yeah.
just too much. So
You're pretty understanding.
I walked outside. He's outside the car with love music blasting from his car.
Oh my God.
Like Pepe Le Pew?
You're
Yeah,
romantic,
no.
so that must mean, yeah.
So I get in the car. I'm like, can we turn this down? And he's like,
Here go Britt.
And your neighborhood kind of quiet, too.
You know
very
how
quiet.
it is.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
suburbs. It's the burbs.
Okay,
My neighbors.
shout out to the burbs.
So I get in the
Can't be
car.
doing that.
Now he took me to a really, really nice restaurant, like a 5-star
Yeah.
restaurant. It was on the water. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was an hour drive.
Edgewater?
Okay, yeah, that's my spot. I love Edgewater.
It was. It was
Edgewater's
beautiful.
what's
I
up.
love me some Edgewater.
Yeah, me
But
too.
it was an hour drive.
Yes, Edgewater.
So he was doing that the whole hour.
Oh, nah.
Okay, you
Oh,
gave me a
nah.
vision.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
Okay. So we get to the restaurant.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. Before we get to the restaurant,
had
we passed the
one
Easy
wish.
Pass. He had no money on his Easy Pass, y'all.
I'm sorry, y'all gonna see an ugly laugh.
I didn't know until he kept mentioning it. Now, Edgewater is far from where I live. You gotta go through like 3 Easy Pass tolls. Every time we passed it, he mentioned it. And I'm
Yo,
like,
I'm
why you
dying.
keep saying you don't got no money on your Easy Pass? We get to the restaurant. He pulls out money in front of me, starts counting.
Okay. So he was a rapper? He thought he was a rapper?
I don't know what he thought he was, sis. I don't know what he thought he was. So he's taking out the money. He's counting the money. I'm like, is he really doing this right now? All right, we get to the table. He started talking about marriage.
Bro.
I hope you're watching this because I hope you don't do this on your next date. Just don't do this. He's talking about marriage, how he can see himself with me. It's just too much, too soon, right?
A little too soon.
I'm trying to switch the subject. I said, look at the water. It's so pretty. The view is so nice.
Yo, this is crazy.
So the waiter comes, right?
Real life.
We're done with our food.
Mm-hmm.
The waiter goes, are you done? I said, yes. He goes, no. I said, no, I'm done with the food. He says, no, I'm going to take it home.
Your food?
My food.
Yo, why does keep building up like this?
I
It
told
don't
you.
We think
stop.
it's done. We think it's
Yeah,
done.
don't stop.
It's not done yet,
Wait,
y'all.
there's
And it's really
more.
not done yet. So I'm like, no, I'm done with my food. He said, no, we're going to put it in the bag. I'm going to take it home. I said, so you ain't got no money for the Easy Pass. You taking my food home. You broke.
You broke.
Why you take me here if you know you
broke? Five broke. He ain't got it.
Yo, that's wild.
That's a true story.
So the waiter looks at him like he crazy. He's like, you're taking her food home? He asked him. He's like, you're taking her food home? He said, yeah, I'm going to take it home. So he takes my
The
food
waiter
home.
asked him to?
Yes,
Oh, that's
y'all.
so ghetto.
Yes.
Stupid. Use your common sense.
Yo, that's fire.
It is fine.
Yo, shout out to the producer.
I know, thank you, Marvin.
Yo,
because
Marvin,
that
the
was my
greatest
point.
producer of all
Y'all
time.
don't even know the sound bites we get.
Marvin's
but
room, yo.
No,
y'all gonna have to
seriously.
watch.
Yeah.
So he takes my food home. So he thought it was okay. So the rest of the time, I'm pissed off. I'm like, why are you thinking this date is going well? Like he's like he's trying to vibe with me. He's
Right.
like, let's go outside, take some pictures. I'm like,
Oh, man,
okay.
He's doing all.
I'm trapped. So I'm outside. It's cold. I'm taking pictures with him. Another ride home for an hour. He's
Yo,
blasting
you know,
music.
Brit had the stale face in those pictures too.
No,
No,
you know what I
'cause
said? I said
she had RBF.
I said
Yeah.
I have to get up really early. I'm gonna take a nap while you drive home. So he wouldn't talk to me.
Oh wow.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
that
It
bad,
probably was so
y'all.
much.
So that was awkward.
It was so bad.
It's one of those
It
situations
was so
too
bad.
that you're like, how do I get out of here?
I couldn't. I was trapped in the car.
But you're mad. You're like,
With
damn,
no
how
Easy
I get
Pass
myself
money.
in this
An hour away.
An hour
an
away.
hour away?
Y'all, I got home. There's more. I got home and he texts me this long paragraph about
That's
how
too
he wants
much,
to
baby.
be with me. I texted his sister because his sister set us up. I
That's too
said, why
much,
you do this to
baby.
me?
Like, what did I do to you? To
What did I
deserve
do this?
Yeah. See, that's a ghostworthy.
Yeah.
That's ghostworthy. Yeah, that's.
That's ghost
And I
worthy for
did.
real.
Yeah.
And I did.
Cause you gotta know when to ghost the crazies.
Yeah, man.
You gotta ghost the crazies.
So I was fatfished
Wow.
in a different way.
Damn.
Y'all look like y'all feel bad for me. Damn.
Because it had layers.
Yeah, it wouldn't stop.
It had layers to it. So you
gifts
saw
I
the
kept
layers.
giving.
You saw the layers of craziness unfold. That's
Yeah.
that's different. That's a little crazy.
You're a good man. I'm sorry if you're watching this. You're a really good
Girl,
man, but
is
it
he
was
though?
crazy. It was a little crazy. It was a little much. It was a little much.
Yo, I want to drop a gem for the guys out there.
Okay. Sidebar.
So I was raised by my uncles and grandfather, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
They always told me if you can't buy something twice, you can't afford it.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Also,
So he shouldn't be counting his money in front of me, right?
and I would never show a woman my money unless we're married
Right.
or we're
It's
in
crazy.
a very serious situation, like a very serious relationship.
Did that mean like you didn't have it, or you didn't want me like to order
can mean
something
a lot of things.
expensive?
It can mean a
Like-
lot of things.
I want you to know I'm okay. I got it.
Right.
But your Easy Pass was
But that's another
But that's
sign.
another
But
sign.
I'll tell you why that is.
Right. Tell her. Cause
He ain't got no bank account.
Which means what you be doing?
Yo, the first thing you said that, I was like, oh, he ain't got a bank account.
Brick,
I know these guys.
no, he had a nice
brick.
job.
Hey,
He
I
worked in
got friends like
logistics.
this. I got friends like this. They
Quarter
stack
brick,
theirs,
half a
but
brick,
yo, you know what it is. So,
and then what?
yo, untaxed, yo. You know what I'm saying? So going back to what I was saying, if you cannot afford to go on a date, then don't go on a date.
Don't go on a date.
If you're not, if
agree.
you know you're going to a 5-star restaurant and you can't buy that bill twice,
Don't
then
even
don't
take me
go.
there.
But
don't
then
go.
some people get mad at this when I say this. Date, like, people really get offended. Men especially get offended when I say date in your tax bracket.
No, it's why would you get
should.
offended?
You should. You
But why would
absolutely
you get
should.
Men
offended?
get so offended when I
Yo.
say date in your
you know-
tax bracket.
And you know the crazy thing is, there's so many other dope things you can do for free.
Absolutely. Get creative, but a lot of men
That's
are
my
not
point.
creative.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
If you met girls like us, if you said I have a blanket and some wine
I
and
would love
some
that.
cheese, a
Let's go to
charcuterie
Liberty-
board,
Let's
Liberty
go
State
to the
Park.
Let's go to the park.
I bought
Let's go.
some books to read.
Yeah.
Ah!
You
can have
I feel
it.
like I feel
Or
like
something.
I feel like a lot of our brothers do too much.
He was doing a lot.
So this is it.
Well, I
This
think
is,
it's our sisters too because
no,
what car
but,
he drive?
but I'm gonna speak on my brothers. Y'all can speak on the sisters. But
Why
I
that
feel like
matter?
the men are the ones that initiate these things. So they need
Yeah,
to be the
that's
ones in the
true.
forefront. So for my brothers out there, is an equation: where you're going and who she is.
Yeah.
Based on who she is,
And I didn't
then
even give
you-
off that kind of vibe.
But then you depend on the location based on who she is. If you know she's jazzy and artsy, then go to a jazz club.
Right.
And then, yo, I don't even care.
That's what my boo did.
Yo,
Hey, boo.
Okay, go. Here we go. And there's another thing, right? I don't pay anything. I don't pay for anything full, right? I will go on Groupon in a minute.
That's another question.
That's
I will.
good.
I will go. I will.
That's
yo,
smart.
I
That
will
means you gotta
type
save
in
money.
Yo,
That's
I will
smart.
Google how cheap dates in a minute.
Yeah,
I
that's
got money,
smart.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always ways to have a successful date. You don't have to
Really
take her to.
is.
It is.
And most women who know themselves love the creativity of it. They don't even
Yeah.
care
It was
if
the
it's
thought
the
behind
thought.
it.
Like,
Yo.
wow, you really thought that deeply about
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
You know?
The cheat code is showing her something that she's never seen before.
Period.
Well, I ain't never seen that.
But in a good way.
3 times easy pass,
In a
no
good
money.
way, though. In a good way.
Why she gotta be like this?
In a good way, though.
Why she gotta be like
That's
this?
crazy.
I didn't even notice until he said it, y'all. He kept
And they be
pointing
telling
it
on
out.
themselves. They be telling on themselves because you have to look at the sign that says Easy Pass paid or not.
Thank you.
So if you say something, I'm not paying attention to that. I'm
And then why you
automatically.
saying that to me? I'm a woman. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
come on,
God.
bro.
Like,
You're
Then
doing too much.
As we're driving, he's like, because I didn't pay it. It was a
so
fine.
I don't want to be
I'm
graphic,
like,
but
That's
you dry
insecurity.
up. You gonna be dry.
That's
I'm
insecurity.
dry. There's nothing in me that's secreting because you have dried it up.
That's insecurity, yo. You know?
yeah. So that was my.
Wow.
Those are some bad stories.
I
on
never
all
want to
parts, though.
relive that,
wow.
y'all.
Those are some bad stories. for all of
Yo,
us.
if
I
you
was
want to approach
humiliated.
me, don't come to me if you don't got no money on your Easy
And
Pass.
don't come.
That's all.
Well, you can't come to me no more because the shop is locked up.
But I also feel like you got to go through the fire to know how to tame the fire, too.
you
Expound
do.
on that. Wait, expound
Yeah.
on that. What you mean?
I feel like you don't know fire is hot until you get burned. So I feel like sometimes, like, I know I'm great in what I talk about because I've been through the fire.
Yeah.
through the
I feel like if I ain't go through it, I wouldn't know.
Absolutely. You make
Yeah.
great content. I just want
Yeah.
to point
Thank
that
you, I
out.
appreciate
You guys should definitely check out his content. 'cause
Please
it's actually
go
good.
watch his YouTube videos. They will
Appreciate
change your
it.
life probably.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie.
So we're going to our next segment because we have good segments.
Me too. So that was my story. I was about to say his name, y'all. Woo!
Yeah, don't do that because I saw
Oh,
that.
you wrote it down?
I did.
Yeah, so
Look,
she knew
I
where
got-
she knew where to
put asterisk
reference to.
everything.
Oh, gosh.
She knew where to reference to.
Akina wrote a whole dialogue. I just put
I
his
did
name.
because I like to tell them I have an attention span of a squirrel. So
Squirrel.
it's imperative for an outline for me because then I'm like squirrel and I'm on to the next thing, you know. So
Hey, Marvin, get that squirrel soundbite.
yeah, squirrel. So
So the next topic, you guys.
I love this. I was ready.
I know you ready, girl. I think you ready too. I'm not so
I'm
ready,
always ready.
but it's your negotiables and your non-negotiables. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not ready. But who wants to go first? Your negotiables in dating and your non-negotiables in dating. What are they? Drop them in the comments.
Drop them in the comments and then shout out. I will say the first person who ever said this to me was my sister, was Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. It would be Aaliyah, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
Aaliyah was like, listen, you're going to have negotiables and non-negotiables.
Love
and
it.
she was like
Love
21
that.
at the time, 22.
Love that.
And I was like,
A woman before her time, always.
Yeah, and I just feel like it stuck with me. So when you had this question, I was like, wow. Like, I think I've had
It
years.
matters.
It matters because you said it to me from back in the day, you know? But I also noticed with this prompt, this question prompt, it was cool because it got to show me I'm a little rigid. And I have a lot of non-negotiables. My negotiables are like, and my non-negotiables are like, they're pretty long. So, well, I mean, I don't know if do you have a list that you?
Nah, I was just short and
Well,
sweet.
you guys,
y'all can go first. Yeah.
I'll go first. That's fine. So, my negotiables with people, men, having a child. I could rock with that because I have a child.
Yeah.
I could work with you on your education/career path because not everything is for everybody. Like college is not for everyone. A certain job is not for everyone. I could rock with you on that as long as you're making money and a decent living, and it's an honest job.
Yeah.
I'll be okay with that. And distance. I think I'm okay with distance depending on where you live.
That's a good one.
Like if you don't live too far, I could if you live in Delaware, it's an hour
Yeah.
drive. I could do that.
and it's nice. This is like a little getaway for
It's
you.
a little getaway, you know what I'm saying? My non-negotiables though are being spiritually disconnected.
Okay.
You have to believe in something.
Definitely.
Not Satan.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? But you gotta believe in something.
Yeah.
You gotta know that there's a force higher than you.
Right.
And bigger than you. Not open to therapy. No desire for marriage or children. And not comfortable with the idea of me switching things up if I have to.
Yeah.
Explain that one.
So if I one day wake up and feel like I don't want to do this anymore, you got to be okay with that.
Yeah, support me.
You got to support
Hold
me.
on, not do what though? Them?
Just
Your relationship?
no.
Oh, I was like, hold on, why are you
maybe she
supporting
wants a
this?
different
No.
career path.
Okay.
Like a different career path.
I was like, whoa.
or cutting my hair.
Like 2 years in a relationship. You know
No,
what?
you
I
know
don't want to
why?
do this.
Don't speak fear into me.
You know why? Because I've been in a relationship where I have tried. This person has tried to alter me before.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I really feel like if you can't accept me for who I am, that's a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah.
Don't try to sway me into something just because you want me to be a certain way.
Yeah, right. Got you.
So those are my non-negotiables, you know?
Right.
That's big for me. I need to be me.
Right. Always. And
Always.
you know.
The
yes.
good, the bad, everything.
That's how I know to the person that, because you got to be okay with dating me, because I'm a lot.
I'm a lot.
And you have to be a
I can be a
balance for
lot.
me. You have to be the laid back one, because I'm like in your face and I'm like, hey. And the person that I'm with has to be solid in who they are.
See, and I can be different with different people. So with my friends, I feel like I'm the more laid back kind. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm a lot. I could be a lot.
Well, maybe because you come into your femininity more.
I do.
So that's
I
probably
do.
why, you know what I'm saying? So you're more
My
free
friends call me
spirit.
Brian.
Yeah. I realized a lot of
Operating
my
from
good
my masculine.
friends, we have a lot of masculine and feminine energy. A lot of my friends, like both.
Yeah.
We have a lot of masculine energy.
Yeah.
But I also learn about femininity through a lot of my friends as well. So that's a good contrast. Now y'all know your girl, Miss High Maintenance, got a lot of non-negotiables. So we're gonna start with the negotiables.
But you're not negotiable for good, though.
Yeah, because now, you know.
Yeah, because no.
So my negotiables, I had to make a list, is kids.
Okay. How many kids, sis? Because I know my friend Akina.
Yes, you gotta have less than 2.
So one.
Yo, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. You gotta have 2.
Less than 2.
So you can
Oh,
only
Lord,
have
too.
one child, is what she's saying. But you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. Because
Cause
when
why?
I think of kids, I think of tuition money,
That's what I think of.
and I think of extracurricular activities,
time.
and I think of clothes for school. Like it's a lot of money.
when
just
I was like in single life, men with 3 kids loved me, and my therapist told me it was because you're already where you need to be.
Why that number
3?
though?
For real, 3. They had so much. They were bold, and my therapist literally told me, she was like, because you're already put together. You already have your stuff together.
You're established.
You're already established. They don't have to make you up, and that's what you'd be a perfect stepmother. I'm like,
That's
well, I don't
weird.
want. But then at the same time, she'd be like, don't you date nobody with 3 kids. You know that, right? And I'm like, yeah. What the hell? So yeah, she was like, don't take anybody serious that has 3 kids and is trying to talk to you. 2. You're pushing it. That's what she told me, straight up. She's like, because you have goddess energy. You don't want anything. You don't want that being sucked out of you.
No, you don't.
You know?
Then you can't expend it on the 3 kids.
Another one is living situation, because right now the climate that we're in financially, I get it. I get it if you live with so there is layers to that. If you live with your parents, I'm okay with that, because you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
1, and 2, I'm especially okay with it if you have your own layer in your parents' house. So if you have the basement apartment and they made it up for you, I don't really have no qualms with that. But if you like living with your parents, you have no plans to leave, then I can't do that, because I am loud when I'm intimate, and I would feel awkward being in your freaking house.
But also, why are you so complacent?
Right, and then I don't want you always in my house.
Uh-oh.
Complacent?
No, I was laughing at you.
Oh,
No,
being loud.
yeah, that's like so weird. No. And then education is negotiable, because like you said, Brittany, college is not for everybody. But what I do like is accessibility, and money gives me that.
Right.
So I want to know that that's something for you that's important as well.
Yeah. At
Being
least a
able to-
trade.
As something, because I understand it's not for everybody. Also, ethnic background is negotiable.
It's negotiable. So you will date outside your race, you mean?
I would. I mean, I'm not right now, but I would if I had to, because I do understand when you when you get to certain levels, the conversation with certain people is different. It gets smaller. So you have to open up your palette a little bit, okay? So whether that means South Asia or
What do you mean it gets smaller?
meaning you have depth. We have depth. And the conversation, depending on where you're going in life, is I gotta be careful how I say
Be
this.
careful.
Depending on where I'm at, if I'm looking at different aspirations in my life, and the conversation is just different when you talk to different people. It's like if you're working for Wall Street, I can't really go and have a conversation with somebody who is
they're not going to understand the linguistics of things.
You know, they're not going to understand it. They're
Right.
just not. And with that comes different faces.
Right.
So I do understand when some people are like, listen, I started getting to a higher place in my life, financially, and it was hard for me to find.
Isn't that so sad?
But
that you think about
I've
it?
experienced it.
No,
where
I'm saying, isn't that so sad that you think about that? Because our
is.
people are like so boxed in.
Yes.
And it's sad to think that we can't go to our people and date them because we're so boxed
Yes.
in.
Or they look at you crazy because you want more.
Yeah.
Well, why do you want all that? Because life is an oyster.
And it's not even that you want more, but like it's why don't more people know about what I'm talking about?
Right. And
kind
why
of thing.
do you make me feel like I'm crazy?
I'm crazy. Right.
You know?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you're
that
fine.
it was just a thought.
So my non-negotiables, no career path, transportation, because baby, if you don't drive, this ain't gonna work.
Oh, wait. No car.
No car,
Oh, I should have
baby.
put that on my
We
non-negotiable. That's a
30s.
non-negotiable for me, too.
We in the 30s.
Drop a little
Jersey.
thing,
You better
please,
be
because,
be driving, honey.
In Jersey's different because like New York, you don't need a car, but
still,
But still, what if we want to get away somewhere?
you can figure it
I'm
out.
not driving all the time.
You gotta have a license because you gotta drive, okay? Emotionally unavailable.
You got some good ones, sis.
Because a lot of people be trying to date and they're not available.
Oh, we gonna get there.
Yeah, spirituality. You need to have a connection to a higher power because you can't be talking about. I mean, shout out to if y'all atheists, that's for you.
That's for you.
That don't work for me. You need to know that there's a higher power that leads you. That is above you. So you have something to believe in. You need to believe in something, or it's really true. You'll fall for anything. Resistance to therapy. Wow, this is why we friends. Picky with food. Meaning you don't eat
sour
tortillas,
cream and beef. There goes the sazon again,
I make
Denzel.
banana fritters, okay?
right down.
I make fritas de guinea. I ain't got time for that. You need to be able to have an open palate. I like fish. My mama, if she love you, she give you fish head. So that means she got respect for you. My man knows that. So you got to be able to eat different stuff. No culture, meaning so you could be an African American man and know your culture. You know exactly your history. You know exactly, and you don't even have to know your lineage. You just know your power in this world and how you stand, why you stand firm, because you know exactly where you come from. Kings and queens, okay? No desire for kids, no desire to marry, no personality, because come on, I'm vivacious. You need to have something to you, have some type of depth. And if you're not romantic, it's not going to work.
All right. Okay.
Man, I was
And that's me.
That is Akina in a nutshell.
was
Don't
a
step
thick
to
list.
her if that list is not met and checked off. Okay?
Period.
Period.
like I was on my phone because I was thinking about writing down my things, but I was like, I'm just go off the fly.
Off the fly.
I'm just go off the fly, man.
You're good at that.
So number one, you got to be clean.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've been with a lot of situations where I smell her weave, and
Her weave. He keeps going back to the weave.
What?
yeah, I've had bad experiences.
It's the weave.
Did he say I smell her weed?
Yes,
It
the
smells like
weave.
sodium and
Wait, he got
and
the
hot water,
elements.
you know
No,
what
but
I'm
it
saying?
does. Like if it's in the sun for
Yeah.
too long, we could release more
I've been
weird.
guilty of that when you
Or
wait.
if, or
I've
if
been
you
guilty
like
of
going
that.
to the gym and you don't like, you know what I'm saying? So,
No, that's true. That's actually
but
very true.
even like,
She got to wear her bonnet.
and even like bathrooms, like
Oh.
I don't care how good you look. If I go in your bathroom and it's dirty,
Yeah.
Denzel, that's a good.
That's a good one.
It's a turn off. It's turn off because it's like, yo, why is your hair full of like your sink full of hair and
Oh my God, that's a good one.
That's a really good
Denzel.
one. Oh, I didn't even think about
like
that.
you're a woman. Like I come to you for for my safe, clean space. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if that's I can't do that. The next one is I don't know if this is a non-negotiable. But
It is if it's for you.
It depends, right? So a woman who has kids,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can do it sometimes because
Sometimes.
yeah, I'm very like I need you. So like if we don't have time to hang out all the time or to do things, if it and that's a sign of a good mother, and that's why I respect women who are like that, but I just can't do it for myself.
Right.
You know, so it's like, but some women can make it work, you know, but that's an iffy, that's a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is you have to be like you guys, you have to be spiritually inclined.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be able to pray around you and not feel awkward.
Awkward, right?
I got to be able to talk about, spiritual things and not feel like you think I'm weird or
Yeah.
something like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. And
I feel you on
also,
that.
I feel you too.
and also you have to be weird.
Yes.
You have to be weird, yo. I hate being with.
And what about humor? How do you feel about humor?
Yo, like that's
Oh,
weird.
God.
Like to me, humor is weird because
Yeah.
it's so many things that's humorous, but it's weird. Like
Yeah.
people are scared to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree.
I want to be able to like not do nothing with you
I
and
love
have
that.
a great time.
Have a great time.
But a lot of women out there, they're like really stuck up. They have to do something. We have to go somewhere. You
I
know
love
what I'm
that
saying?
you said that because it's so true. I've learned that's how you know you really care about someone.
Yeah.
When you can literally just when you're yearning just to go home and do nothing with a person because it's just
And you
that's
look
your
forward
safe
to it.
place.
You look forward to it.
It gives you like you already know how to get your peace, but it's another part of your peace.
Right,
you know,
right.
They add to it.
They add to it
Right.
definitely.
Like we can watch shows and not think none of it. Like it's cool.
That's me
like,
laying
Now
up.
if we want to do something, that's cool. You know. So
I love to lay up, so that's definitely
that.
like
Yeah.
Woo, that's my favorite.
Definitely. Did I say all of them?
Is
So
that
it's
it?
non-negotiables and I don't have a long list. Like you just gotta be cool. You gotta be a vibe. For
Just
me.
be a vibe.
Be a match. You know. I can't. Really.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on a little quicker before time runs out.
Okay, we're almost at the end anyway.
We are almost at the
Pretty
end.
good.
I want to talk about Seal's the man.
All right, all
I
eyes on
want to talk
Seals.
about his YouTube videos because we picked out a couple YouTube videos that we want to really,
did.
really talk about. We want to dive deep into it.
Yeah.
So I picked out a video. Keena picked out a video
sure
that
did.
really intrigued
did.
us. And I don't know who wants to go first. Do you want to go first?
You go first.
You sure? Okay. So I love this man's content. Please go to his YouTube video. Did I say that already?
Seals the
Pin that.
man.
Appreciate it.
I'm
Thank you.
serious. You have good content.
It is good.
The video that I picked is 5 reasons why guys push good women away. And I want to talk about that because it changed my life. I learned something new. All right. So the first one you
Speak on
said,
it, babe.
the first reason is they don't want to elevate. The second one says they're intimidated. And you said by women who know what they want in life. A lot of men have a frail mentality that women aren't supposed to be better than them. Wow.
I believe that.
Number 3 is jealous men. Won't be able to contain you, has no control over the woman and her actions. Number 4 was a man who's not about anything. Fears the woman with a support system. So they usually go after people with low self-esteem, right?
That is a real thing, though.
That is a real thing.
That's a real thing.
That
is definitely.
The last one, which made me emotional, not even gonna lie, cried a little bit when I watched it. It
Should've thought
says,
to you.
the man that knows she's better off without him, and he's not necessarily a bad guy or has ill intent, he just really is not ready for her. And he knows he cannot sit at that table and eat with her.
But don't ghost.
Comfortably.
But don't ghost.
Comfortably.
I guess that's why they
And
ghost.
that's why they ghost.
Yeah.
Can you, please just,
expound
on that? Because what made you make that video, and how did you come to put that list together?
Yeah.
Well, I made my YouTube channel for my nieces, my 2 nieces, my younger nieces. I just wanted to put them on game so when they come of age, they'll understand the game and not get played, or just know themselves, have self-love for themselves. So they'll
I
when
love
they come
that.
of age, they're like, oh, Uncle Sales, I'm
yeah.
gonna
It
watch
says-
his videos.
On his YouTube, it says a digital love letter to my
I
nieces.
saw, that's, when you said that, something because I saw
Dope.
that on
Go ahead.
on your page.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why I made this video, because it's one of the
Yeah.
most important things, because I've heard a lot of women say yo, he just stopped talking to me, or he just pushed me away, and I felt like everything was going great, And then I thought about it, you know what? And then I came up with those 5 things. And men got to be honest. Sometimes we want to be in charge. We want to be the head of the household. We want to provide for our lady. But
Yeah.
there's certain times where you meet a woman who's just magnificent. She's everything
Ideally.
you've never had. She's able to elevate you, but you won't allow it because you're like, hey, I'm not at that level yet.
Right.
And because you have that yearning to want to be at the head, it can be intimidating sometimes.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's great, but in the back of your mind, you're like, yo, I can't. I got to upgrade myself first.
Wow.
But it's a tough situation because he's not necessarily a bad guy.
Right.
He just
wow.
he just doesn't feel like he's qualified.
When you said that last one, I was like, damn, I think that's happened to me.
Yeah. Because men want to be
happened
great.
to me.
Men want to be great. I'm not talking about little adult-sized boys. I'm
Right.
talking about men. We want to be the best we can be, but sometimes you can meet a woman who's just like, whoa.
Out of your league and you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
You're just not ready for it.
So
Yeah.
what was the video you picked?
Just to be quick, because I feel like I chose 10 things you should ask on a first date, because I do believe that
That was a good one too.
I do believe that there are certain questions you should ask. And when I saw that, it just resonated with that. I had a friend who was a coworker, and he literally sat me down and was like, listen, you're going to ask these certain questions before you're in your 30s now.
Yeah.
When you go on a date, you ask these questions. And the one that I think stuck out the most to me is about your kid, like when you see them, how they are with their kids. Because if you have kids, I have to see how you move with your kids. Because one day I'll have kids with you. So if I see how you're moving with your kid now, that's literally a red flag for me about how you would treat me.
Right.
Because am I cool to you now because I don't have a child, and then you're done with me once I have a child?
Right.
Nah, it's not gonna work for me.
But that's why I respect respectable mothers so much, because if you're with someone who has kids and he's always with you, what's going on here? Don't you have kids?
And then what's your plan? What's your 5-year plan? That was another. What's your 5-year plan?
Yeah. So.
Not no lollipop questions.
Yeah. So
no
I mean,
answers.
Lollipop.
Lollipop answers.
I said that in the video too.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's what I'm saying. That's where I got it
yeah.
from. It's true.
Because like let's cut out the small talk. Like like you said, you're 30. Like it's time to
Come on.
We can't waste time.
Me, I want to
plan do you
breed.
have?
Me, want to marry. Me, want to breed.
What plan do you have for me?
Period.
And I always say too, like don't ask these questions to intimidate them. Like just make it natural. Like make it in the flow of the conversation. Like
And it's not to intimidate them. It's a trial period. Like I said, do I want to go through with this?
Yeah.
Do I want to purchase this package?
because the
And be
dating
charged
is the
every
most
month.
important time of your relationship.
It
That's,
is.
It's whether to find out him or her is
And
good
it's
for
not
you.
a time, you guys, to make excuses for people. It's the times to realize the red flags and exit.
Yo, we don't have time
as
to
you need
waste.
to. That's what
No,
I'm
we
saying.
don't.
That's what
We
I'm
got a
saying.
ton of waste.
So I guess we're getting to the, is it getting to the end?
Is it the end?
We're getting to the end. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for
Thank you,
hanging
guys.
us. It's our first in studio.
Thank you, Seals the Man, for joining
For
us.
being here. Before we go, I just want to shout out a couple people.
Okay. Let's do that.
One, I need to shout out Alicia Moll. I don't know if you have her username. Alicia Mollenkamp for
Alicia
making
Mollenkamp.
our intro.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Thank you,
Javi,
Alicia.
Luke Kane on Instagram for helping making the beat.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Love
Shout
you.
out. So I am adamant about sharing what I'm wearing and who's done what. So shout out to, wow, I didn't bring the card.
It's fine.
But it is, oh my God, I'm gonna come back with the hair. Shout out to the hair. Nosh, thank you. For my lashes, Lash God, shout out to you. Okay, for this, it is called, I think it's cultured. Hold on, let me see what my mama said, y'all. Ethnic expressions.
Yes,
Black girl magic.
ethnic expressions.
This is black owned. So,
And also, Hey Beautiful Salon in Piscataway.
Yes, on
Thank
the
you,
hair.
Asia, for doing the hair, girl.
Okay.
Love it.
So our dream is to shout out the community and people who have helped us to get to where we're at. So shout out to Seals Demand. Thank you, Denzel,
Thank
for
you,
coming on
Denzel.
here. Thank you guys for
Thank
watching.
you for being open.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, guys.
it's our first episode, one of
We'll
many.
be back next Sunday.
Okay. All right. Próximo. Domingo. Let's do it. All right, my people.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and
Peace and
blessings.
blessings. Love you guys.